Now we can get started. Hello my friends, my name is Christine and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. If you like what you see, I hope you would consider subscribing so we can hang out a little bit more in the future in other videos. Today, we are going to get into a pan review that I've gotten a lot of Instagram messages about, and I am happy to announce that I feel like I can solidly talk about my experience with the Always pan. This is an expensive pan, and if you're looking for more budget-friendly items, I have done 3 total videos on kitchen essentials, kitchen tools on a budget. 2 of them are on a budget, and then the 3rd one is more splurge items, which is what I would consider this. Let's go through what I think of it and if I think you should buy it or not. So in case you're wondering, as a disclaimer, I am not partnering with any company for this video. This is 100% my own personal opinion. I paid for this out of my own money, even though it hurt me to do so because it's a lot. But I did get it on a Black Friday deal and got $50 off, so that made me feel slightly better. If you have been on Instagram for any length of time and you like cooking at all, you have seen this pan advertised basically everywhere. It comes up on my YouTube ads, it comes up on my Instagram ads, it's on my Facebook ads on the sides. It is everywhere, and it looks kind of fun and funky, right? Like, it's like, oh, look at that interesting pan. They kept saying that it was like the pan that would sell out, the waiting list for the pan. Tens of thousands of people are buying this pan, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Let me look this up. So I did. So this is the Always pan made by the company Our Place. And the idea is to replace most of your pots and pans in your kitchen with one thing. So it is more of a minimalist pan. The great news is that it comes in a multitude of colors. The first time I saw it, I saw this horrible like manila envelope colored pan that was like the color of my old walls in my basement that I just painted over because I hated them. But it comes in peach and like a light beigey gray color, charcoal gray / black, the sage green, which is what I got, goes with my eyes, a pretty blue, and a blush pink. So you can choose from all of these different colors to accessorize your kitchen in whatever color scheme works for you, which is very cool. What is not cool is the price. This is a very, very, very expensive pan. 145 doll hairs. That being said, I do have some expensive pans in my arsenal. I have several all-clad pans, which were well in excess of $200. I do have a couple of Le Creuset pans. One was from eBay. Well, technically it's a pot. But my large 9-quart one, that was pricey. On the flip side, I do have some budget-friendly pans that I do think outperform this. Now, if your market is going to be family of 1, family of 2, I think it would serve them a lot better than a family of 6 because it does come with this steamer basket, which, by the way, will not fit enough broccoli to do a side for my family. And here's the other thing, is if I'm steaming broccoli here, what am I serving with it? Because if this is supposed to replace all of my pans, what else am I using to cook the rest of the meal? I'm just not eating broccoli, you know what I'm saying? As a steamer basket, for me, it's on the small side, personally. But if you are a smaller family, I could totally see how that would be okay. As for frying, that's a pretty shallow pan for deep frying. Pan frying, yes, I totally see that. But if you're gonna like deep fry some potatoes, I'm gonna go with a no. You're gonna have oil spattered all over your kitchen. Something else they say this pan can do is boil pasta. And once again, I'm gonna go with a not really, because what I've always been taught and what I know is that pasta likes a lot of water to move around in. This is not that much unless you're maybe doing 1/3 of a box or something like that. And I do a whole pound of pasta for my family, if not a little bit more. And this is just not enough liquid for the pasta to move around, so that's a no as well. Some things I really, really like. I feel like it conducts heat very nicely compared to my very cheap $15 Sam's Club nonstick pan. That one does not conduct heat as well as this one does. This one gets much hotter and a more even surface, and that is great. It's supposed to be a nonstick pan, and I'm gonna call that a yes. We have fried eggs in this. I have seared steaks in this. I have cooked burgers and made sauces and cooked salmon. And yes, things just slide around in here. Now, I haven't used it long enough to see how long that's going to last, because your traditional Teflon nonstick doesn't really last longer than a year to 2 years in my experience. This is the first time I've ever had one kind of like this. I like that this handle does not get hot. So if I'm on the stove and I want to pick it up without a little heating pad, that is great. This side, however, will get hot. And I didn't think that would bother me because I'm used to my pans being hot. But if you're grabbing this without anything, you automatically think this is grabbable as well, and it is not. Now, I use this on a gas stove, and this is the bottom side after several cookings. It is starting to discolor just a little bit on the bottom, but that's fairly normal with any pan I use on a gas stove. Pros for this pan, we have non-toxic, non-stick ceramic coating made without toxic materials like lead, toxic metals, nanoparticles, PFAs. Actually, don't even know what that stands for. It is lightweight. The whole dang thing only weighs 3 pounds, which is a lot easier on my wrists than my cast iron skillet, which weighs what feels like 1,000,000 pounds. I do like the little pour spouts. If you're making a sauce or a pasta dish, you can just like that. That's very convenient. It is compatible with all cooktops, so you can use it on gas, flat top glass, induction, electric. It all works. I like that the lid has this little steam spout, so you can let steam escape, or you can twist it and prevent steam from escaping. And I do like that it has a little notch to hold my wooden spoon, but that does lead to one of the cons, which is I don't really love this wooden spoon. I feel like it's very, very rough. The wood particles are coming off in comparison to this wood spoon, which I've had for 15 years and I love. This one is so smooth, and this one is extremely rough. I feel like this is just not made really well, or hasn't been oiled right, or I don't know why. This one's so rough and this one is so nice. I find I can't get the smell of the food out of the wood of this one, whereas this one just smells like wood. I'm not sure why they're different, but I'm not a huge fan of the wooden spoon. I kind of said this earlier, but this is only a 10-inch skillet, and for a family of my size of 6 people, currently 7 while my mom is living with me, 10 inches is kind of not big enough. The high sides do help it be a little bit more useful, but mama needs a 12-inch minimum with my family size. It's a touch small for big families, probably not designed with large families in mind, honestly. Ease of care and just care items in general. Don't use metal utensils in this. That's okay with me because I don't use metal utensils in my Teflon nonstick either. You don't need to use as much butter because it's so nonstick, so a lot less fat is needed, in contrast to a stainless steel skillet, which needs a lot to prevent things from sticking. As far as cleaning, this is a breeze. Because nothing sticks to it, it's just a little bit of warm water, a little pinch of Dawn, scrub, scrub, scrub. I can even do it with my fingers and everything would just fly right off. I have had no trouble cleaning this by hand. Nothing has stuck. I have not had to scrub this whatsoever. Ready for the 2 biggest cons, in my opinion, as a home cook. These are huge. These 2 things are what make this pan not worth the money for me. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You want to buy the pan, you want to buy a $145 pan, by all means, go ahead and do it if it fits in your budget and in your lifestyle. But these 2 things are a big, hard pass for me. Number 1, this pan cannot go in the oven. This handle is not oven safe. Do you know how many times I love to put my pans like this, my skillets, in the oven all the time? You start your sear on the stove, you move it into the oven later, you make a casserole, you move it into the oven later, pineapple upside down cake in a skillet, hello, it's one of the best things. Cannot put it in the oven. That is hugely negative for me. At some other price points, I have this non-stick $20 Sam's Club skillet that can go in the oven. It's significantly cheaper and can perform slightly better. And of course, any of your stainless steel, this skillet is from Misen because it's 100% stainless steel. This one can also go in the oven, and this one is a mere $50 with my coupon code. Number 2, huge con for me. Coinciding with not being able to go into the oven, they say do not use high heat. Listen, only cowards cook on low. And I do have that on a t-shirt, and I'm pretty sure you can buy it below. But like, not high heat, I don't even comprehend that. How do you sear a really nice steak? How do you get that hard crunch on the outside of your chicken? You can't get nice and crispy bacon without high heat. I'm sitting here thinking of the two uses that is essential in my pots and pans is that I can blast that sucker on high and get like a hard brown sear on my meat and have it go in the oven. And guess what? Every other pan I have can do that at a lot less cost. $20, $50, $145. And it can't even do all of the things I want to use it for. I'm pretty disappointed in that. Final thoughts about the Always pan. Is it pretty? Yes, it is. Do I enjoy using it on my stovetop to brown taco meat, cook eggs? I even cooked some salmon in it the other day. That was delicious. I've cooked some sauces. Nothing sticks, and that is amazing. Easy to clean. Even my 8-year-old will go in here and do a little scrub with water, and it's a breeze. All of those things are awesome. Is it worth the price? Well, I will leave that up to you. You can decide for yourself if you think the $145 is worth it for this pan. I paid $95 for this pan with the Black Friday sale, and I'm gonna say it's not worth the price. Even at the $95, I think it is a high cost for what you get. I think you would be better served to get a different brand that you can use at high heat and stick in the oven, or just go with your classic stainless steel. It's one of my favorites, or go with cast iron. I just feel like they're a lot more versatile. If you don't do a lot of cooking in your house and you want to have a really pretty pan and you're a smaller family, hey, you know what? You can do what you want. But for a larger family like mine or bigger, it doesn't quite meet the needs of me, but I am probably not their target demographic either. I have been enjoying it. My kids have been enjoying it for eggs. It does look nice on my stove, but it is absolutely a splurge. And so I will leave the decision making to you. Tell me down in the comments what your favorite pan is. Have you tried the Always pan? Do you like it? Or would you prefer to go a little bit cheaper and have something that can do a few more things? Once again, I do have coupon codes for the Misen pots and pans and knives, basically their whole website, 20% off if you use the code linked down below for them. And the other videos where I talked about cost saving items for your kitchen that I think are very useful and or essential, all those will be below as well. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two and maybe helped influence your decision making when it comes to the colorful Always pan that shows ads everywhere. I still see them everywhere. I will see you in the next video.